KSHB 41 News reporter Andres Gutierrez continues tonight's team coverage.
Andres, a tough journey ahead. What kind of resources are available for Strickland?
Well, Dia and Kevin, one of his attorneys started this GoFundMe campaign. So far, it's raised more than $200,000. It's the only money Strickland is set to receive for the time being because in Missouri, unless DNA evidence exonerates you, you don't get a single cent.
The long nightmare is over for Kevin Strickland, now an exoneree.
Thankful for God walking me through this for 43 years, protecting me.
But he begins a new chapter with barely much. The 62-year-old left to lean on the generosity from strangers and support from nonprofits like the Miracle of Innocence.
No one is going to understand what he went through except somebody who's been through it. You know, and even coming back to society, no one would understand what he's going to need except someone who's been through it.
Founder Darryl Burton is mobilizing his team to offer Strickland some of the basics like a phone and a way to get around. Eventually, Burton hopes to help Strickland toward a path of self-sufficiency.
If this case is not a case for compensation, I don't know what is.
But he leaves with no compensation. None. No compensation in the state of Missouri. And that's wrong, too.
In a one-on-one, Jackson County prosecutor Jean Peters Baker told us she would like to see Missouri lawmakers act swiftly to make sure those wrongly imprisoned get some form of payment that isn't just dependent on DNA evidence.
It's our obligation to see to it, that we help him through. I told him today, as he exited prison, that I wouldn't abandon him now, and I won't.
Lawmakers believe they can act in a bipartisan manner in the same way they passed the legislation that allowed the Jackson County prosecutor to revisit Strickland's old conviction.
People are paying attention and people are empathizing with his position, and I genuinely hope that he hears that his situation has brought all of these issues to light for lawmakers and that we are working to make sure this doesn't happen to anyone else.
Now, the Midwest Innocence Project, who fought for Strickland's freedom, have social workers helping him navigate the coming weeks and months. They add that Strickland would need to get an ID and a bank account first before he's able to access these funds, and that may take some time. Andres Gutierrez, KSHB 41 News.